Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, the Mondeo is awaiting to be picked up, should be picked up shortly, and we're gonna do a start on this one. I don't have much time, need to pick up my girls from school very shortly, but we should have enough to at least scan the car and start to get to some conclusions, maybe, don't know. Anyway, the car is a 2010 BMW 530. This is the wagon version. Doesn't really matter really, but yes, so the 520 F, I don't even know which chassis is this, being the wagon, the wagon, doesn't really matter. The problem with this car is nothing to do with the engine anyway, I think. Let me start the car and show you. This is a keyless one. So, that's the issues. Okay, so as you can see, we have, let me take the brake, the handbrake. So that's the problem. So we have that. Before that was the stability fault, which is also like there. So we have ESP, ABS, that sort of braking warning, and the tire, the flat tire monitor as well. So I have a feeling these issues are going to be all related, being everything kind of related to the ABS. Even the flat tire, most likely this is a system, RPA. So is calculated. So the flat tire system basically measures the circumference of the wheel as you drive the car. If that circumference changes, that means the tire might be flat. So that's the way it works. So basically, it's from the ABS unit. So I can only guess my problem is going to be one issue causing all these problems. So let's gonna plug in the Maxi Sys, which is right here at the moment. Let's plug it in and see what we have. Okay, so I did auto scan, loads of faults, but I guess we were expecting that. I'm not gonna worry with anything of this apart from the one we want to tackle. Now, it might be that there is faults on the other modules that are obviously caused by this fault, even because the guy said the gearbox is behaving really weird. And by the way, this came from another garage, just to let you know. But apparently they trace it down, the gearbox not being the problem. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud now. Anyway, let's gonna read the codes and see what faults we have. 4 codes. There was 4 codes on the ABS module. 2 intermittent, and 1. Okay, and 2 intermittent and 2 permanent. Electromechanical parking brake cannot be mechanically applied. Right rear wheel speed circuit open. Okay. Dynamic stability, automatic hold line button circuit open or short to ground. Signal powertrain, 4-wheel torque. Well, is this 4-wheel drive? Let me have a look. This is definitely not the 4-wheel drive, so not really sure what that means in there. But let's gonna go back. Okay, now at this point I probably should do. Oh, hold on. There is a new sensor being fitted already. I was told there is a new sensor already in there. So, ideally, I would go to my live data. I would go for a drive, just to show. I don't have room here now to drive the car. Hold on, I can move. Hold on, let me move the Mondeo to the entrance, so I can even here on the drive, just back and forth, so we can look at some live data. So we can see, just to confirm really. Oh, there we go. So yeah, let's gonna do that. I'm ready to drive a little bit, so let's gonna drive forward and see which wheel is not gonna measure. Right, interesting enough, they all measured. However, nah. I think I'm gonna record these live data because I want to see if they are all measuring the same or if there's any breaks on the measuring. It looks like I might gonna have to go for a drive. Let me capture some live data and move from there. Okay, so let's gonna look at these live data and see if we can get to any conclusions. Now, I'm here I was here just driving like that way and back. So obviously these wheels on this side are gonna rotate faster than that side, especially the rear left one. Especially the rear left. So the rear on that side, on passenger side, is going to be kind of the pivot point, so it's going to go a little bit slower. The one that should run a little bit faster is the rear one on this side, or the ones on this side, obviously, because I'm going to turn that way. It shouldn't be much of a difference, especially here, because I only go to, like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 kilometers per hour, and then I need to stop over there. Ideally, I would go for a drive, but I just don't have the time right now. But anyway, this is more than enough for me to get to what I want, and I think I start to spot some stuff already, and I'm sure you are going to agree. So I have 3 wheels here because the Maxi does not allow you to select more than 3 speeds when looking into graphical data. So I'm leaving the left front out, but our the code in there was for the rear anyway, which I already forgot if it was the rear, right or left. But anyway, look in there. As I start to go forward, I wanted to look at my green line. Oh, come on, get out of there. So this is what the green line did. Left rear. I can't remember now if the code was for the left rear, but look at that. It has a drop in there, massive drop. Then it spikes very quickly, actually over these ones here. Then it drops very quickly, and it stays there all the way long. Then it stays like that. Then I'm here back and forwards again. Ideally you go on the road, which I might will do, but let's just check if my code, again, just to confirm my code was on the left rear, which is the green line, left rear. If my code was on the left rear, we are on something here. Right rear. Wow. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I didn't want to come out. Right. I was wrong. We are not to anything yet. We are not to anything yet. Okay, and now I think I'm into something. So, this live data, guys, is on the gearbox. So, I went onto the gearbox and checked the codes. There is a code in there, which I will show you afterwards. There is a code in there for output, drive shaft, and wheels implausibility or something like that, and wheel speed. Anyway, came into live data. I selected these particular ones to look at, which is the output speed, turbine speed, driving speed, and then the front wheels and rear wheels speed, which in this case here is measured in radius per second. So I'm going to engage the car into drive, and I want you to look, at my right rear wheel speed, which is the bottom one. Okay, so look at that when I drive off. Obviously I'm still here on the driveway, so I'm just going to go up to the Mondeo, but look at that. So surely I'm going to reverse now. Oops, hold on. So do I need, guys, to tell you? So do I need, guys, to tell you what's wrong with that live data? I'm sure I don't. We had no reading from that wheel. Now, I don't understand yet why, because obviously we do have readings on our ABS module, which I was under the impression that would be the module that would pass that information into the gearbox. So it should be all through CAN. I don't believe there is a direct line for these sensors from the ABS module to the gearbox. Let me show you the code, by the way. So I don't think we need to go through this again, so at least for now. So that one is reading 0. Let me go back and show you the code. So there is output speed and wheel speed deviation impermissible. So that's the code. Yeah, let me check the other modules just to see if there's anything else that stands out. So again, on the engine, message, speed sensor signal invalid. So there is definitely something to do with these messages here. Again, on the parking brake, just let me see if we have live data here for the wheels as well, just to see. I don't think we do. Or we do. No. Parking brake button, power supply is not going to show you anything here. Okay, so this is just literally a message. Engine also shows faults for it, as I've showed you already. Car access system, let me see what that is. That's old codes, nothing to do with this. Central gateway, let's see this one here, see if there's anything to do with this as well. Okay, whatever. Let's go back. Electronic ride, high control, PDC, FRM. Under voltage, so low batteries most likely. Oh dear. Low voltage. Low voltage on a BMW. We all know what that leads to. Signal, powertrain. Signal, powertrain, 4-wheel torque. Invalid transmitter. DME. That's on which module? Don't remember now. Chassis management. Right. Let me see, are we going to carry on from here? Because right now, I don't know yet. Okay, so for now I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I came out of that menu, so I'm auto scan the car again. And we are going to, just let it finish. And we're going to clear everything. And then possibly go for a drive and see exactly what comes back. Okay. Yeah, but it looks like we have something to do with one of our wheels. Not really sure yet. Let's erase everything and see what happens. Okay, so when I clear the codes like this, there's only 2 places where the codes comes up. As you can see, every single other menu ECU is okay. So we have the engine, which comes up with a, let me show you. With a message invalid for the speed sensor. There we go. Has a permanent fault. Then we have on the EMF, which I haven't scanned yet to see which one came back. There's a little bit of glare now. Sorry about that. Which comes up with mechanical park brake. Again, will speed signal invalid. No codes yet for the ABS or ESP, as you've seen, so nothing came back. We still have all the lights though on here. So I'm going to start the car, so nothing goes away. Let's go a quick drive here, just back and forwards again. I want to see if the ABS throws any codes again. Okay. Let me actually do a ignition cycle. Let's do another what? Let's do another auto scan and see if anything else comes back. Sorry about the glare, guys. I had to put the machine here on the floor because it was terrible over there. So we have the same fault in there. We have now 2 ABS faults, which obviously they're going to be one of those we've seen earlier. So there we go, electromechanical brake and right rear wheel. That's what we have. Right. Let's gonna see how we're gonna tackle this then. Right. Can someone help me out here, because I don't know what's going on. Rear right wheel. This is on the ABS module, by the way. How come I was having readings here earlier? How come? Right. Indeed, the sensor is new in there, by the way. I don't know what to say, guys. The only thing I've done was jack up the car and take the wheel out. I haven't touched anything else yet. I have the scope in there because obviously I want to scope the sensor. I want to see exactly what's going on in there. Okay, and when I scope the sensor, so I'm taking the ground from the battery and I'm scoping the signal. There is a signal in there, as you can see. But it's definitely not the. It's definitely not. Oh, there! Oh, look at that! Have you seen that? Oh, we'll start to measuring something. No, that's nothing. So when I take it off, the signal drops, as you're gonna see. Like you see when I pull it out. Hold on, let me pull it out. There we go. So the signal drops. Right, this is gonna fall off. Hold on. So if I take the scope out, the probe, obviously that drops to 0. When I scan it, we have that. You see that? There is something there, but that's definitely not a signal. So I'm gonna pull out the sensor now, because I removed the screw already, which is there. So if I remove the sensor, the line gets flat up there. There is a little bit of grease on this sensor. Doesn't look like it's touching anything. Let me put it back in. Done. I want to look in there, so I'm gonna push the sensor. Whoa! Whoa! And it lost. It's gone again. Okay, so my problem is not the wiring. This most likely is good. It's gonna be something inside there on the reluctor ring. So that looks like is where the problem is. Okay guys, what I'm gonna do now, before I start to take things into bits, is I'm gonna connect the MaxiSys scope and we're gonna see okay, let's pull in there and see what we get. It's gonna do this live, kind of. See how is the right direction is like that. Okay. Oh dear. Hold on guys, let me see how I plug this in there. I can't swivel the camera, so what I want to do, hold on a second guys, let me put the camera down. I think the gearbox now is going to be well done. Okay, so what we are looking at right now is the surface. This area here is the surface of the magnetic reluctor ring, which seems to be one of those on the bearings. It's a little bit out of focus, but as you can see as I turn, I'll explain you why it's out of focus in a second. But as I turn it, you can see the surface doesn't really change. To a degree, it's kind of, there's a little bit, so it's not like if this bit's missing, or at least doesn't look like. So it's a little bit out of focus because I was using, sorry guys, I was using the mirror to try to look on the side, because let me put it out without the mirror so you can see exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so this is without the mirror. So what we were looking at, it was this area here, this side. Let me put in there, there we go. So it was this side, which I believe is where it reads. Let's see if I can hold the camera in there. But obviously I can only look from kind of the top. Whoa, what's that in there? Oh, look, there's grease. Is that grease? Maybe this right, I have an idea. Let me do something. What the hell is that? Right, all I did guys was I put a little bit of a cloth dumped in brake cleaner and chuck in there and rotate the disc, and now I was inspecting and I've seen that. What the hell? Right, let me see if I can pull that out. And that was a ball of grease. I have a feeling that that bearing is gone. I think it's on the bearing, at the back of the bearing, that reluctor ring. And looks like it's gone and it's just spraying grease everywhere. That's what it looks like. I think it's gonna need a bearing, but let's just do a couple more things before. Right, again, after the cleaning, we have what looks much more like a proper signal. I do still see something, but it's just me now. Hold on. Okay, just cleaning it a little bit further, and every time I put the cloth in, it comes with grease. I'm pretty sure it should be no grease in there, in that area. I'm pretty sure. So let's gonna carry on cleaning it and see what happens. Okay, and after a little bit more cleaning, look at that. Let me see if I can. There we go. Now we have a proper signal in there. and I think I'm gonna give it a little bit more cleaning to make sure and see what we get at. Okay, and looks slightly better, but not sure what's that in there. This looks like grease. Is that gap? Is this something damaged? Not really 100% sure. The ring definitely is here. You can now see here on the side, you can see the magnets inside the ring. Can you see them? Can you see these sort of more white lines? White lines. Don't know if you can see these white lines on the side. That's definitely now, they are visible. They are definitely visible now. Oh shit. He's now in park. Hold on a second. You can definitely see here on the side the white lines. Every single one of them, as you can see. The whole thing doesn't look like it's... Oh! What's that here? Oh, it's damage in there. Damn it, look at that. It's damaged here. It looks like you can still see the lines somehow. But looks to me like it's damaged. It definitely looks to me like it's damaged in there. In that section, look. There. But I couldn't see nothing on my... Hold on a second. I should, if it's damaged, I should be able to see that on my scope. Hold on a second. Let me check that wave, that signal a little bit better. Okay, so when you look like this, you can see every now and then there is some discrepancies on the signal. Can you see that? Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, this is where something like a pico will be really, really helpful. But still, you can see something there. I'm gonna try to see if I can capture that slightly better in a faster time frame, or maybe zoom in to see what that is exactly. Okay, and I actually managed to get it triggered in there and zoomed in, and there's nothing missing really. So yeah, not really sure right now. Okay, following day, let's see how the weather holds today. And I was just watching the footage from yesterday, the last few clips, and I decided that I'm gonna scrap some of them. Not because I was doing nothing wrong, but when I was watching back today, I just realized I was just doing like random checks without really following any sort of pattern, any sort of line of thinking. I was just randomly checking stuff. So yeah, I decided I'm going to scrap that footage. But doing one of those random checks, I actually found something, which I'll take you through in no time. So what I done yesterday is, obviously, we've seen that signal on the rear right wheel, that the signal it was missing. I don't understand how the signal was there when initially I was just driving the car here back and forwards, and then when I was actually checking in there was no live data on the tool, nor the scope would pick up the signal. You've seen it with clean, etc, etc. Signal is there, everything is working on the tool and on the scope. However, the ECU is still faulting for that sensor. So if the sensor is working, it's sending the signal, why is the ECU telling me it's still an open circuit in there, or faulty sensor, whatever that code was now? So I thought, what if this signal is incorrect? So I went to the other side to check the signal on that wheel, and that's where we're gonna carry on from just now. So when I got to this side, put the scope in there, check the signal. I couldn't pick up a signal. Then I brought the tool to me, and I have this. So that is kind of going up and down really bad, because the other side, the wheel is on the air as well, but the disc is catching on the pads a little bit, so obviously it's slowing down the disc. But we have measurement on that, right? But that side is reading 0, and I swear I don't understand what's going on. But then I did a check, which is the following check. So that's why this sensor was reading like so erratically, that's why. But anyway, so then I did a check, which was the voltage check. On this side I have battery voltage, so 14.9, 15 volts. Engine is running obviously. And on the other side, and on this side, I have 14 millivolts. So there is a power supply issue on this side. Now, why on earth the tool tells me that is the right hand side, and why on earth this was reading earlier? I'm so confused right now, guys, that I just don't know, honestly. It makes no sense to me why the tool, because if I disconnect this sensor, so obviously the sensor is disconnected on the other side now, but if I come here now to codes, pressed too many times. Sorry about the glare. Okay, so fair enough on the right hand side, because obviously it's disconnected. Well, and this one as well. But if I connect this side, which I'm gonna do now, hold on a second. There we go. So if I connect this sensor, the fault for the left hand side goes away. The right hand side, however, is still disconnected at the moment, but the right hand side just does not go away. It always stays in there. So I don't know what's going on. So it detects the sensor is connected but doesn't get a reading. The other side gets a reading. And what's going on with this car? Honestly, what's going on with this car? So I'm going to do a little bit of investigation work behind camera, because I don't want to have to be recording more to then realize it's no good and scrap it. So I'm just going to do a little bit, and when I come to any conclusions, we'll carry on from there. Okay folks, problem found. So diagrams. So when I was to go and start to check, oh dear, to check my wiring, so I was already probing it back here all the way to the front. Then I got here, oh, the multimeter is already there. Then I pulled, the module is right here underneath. When I pulled the plug out, ta-da! Do I need to say anything else, guys? Probably not. I think it's time to what? I'm gonna try to see how bad this unit actually is, the pins. See if cleaning it alone is gonna be enough. Probably not. Oh dear, and even to repair this, oh dear. Right, at least I feel really good because I found the issue. So yeah, let's see how we're gonna fix this now. I was trying to show you this, but it's really difficult, even with the mirror. The pins are still all there. A lot of corrosion at the bottom of the pins. Don't know if the water got inside the module already. I couldn't tell you. So yeah, don't know if a cleaning alone is going to fix the problem or not. Or if the water got inside the module and damaged the module, then that probably means a replacement, I guess. Right, let me see how we're gonna do. Try maybe to clean it and see how it goes, but it's not looking good, to be honest. If this plug already allowed water inside, I'm gonna dismantle this maybe. Damn it, how the water got through this, I don't know. There is a seal. Look, the plug is completely wet. I don't know if you can see this. It's full of water. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but let me show you. completely full of water, look. Right, let me see how we're gonna do this. Okay. Okay guys, forget about it. It's gonna need a new or a used DSC unit. The reason being because when I was actually inspecting, well, let me actually change what I was saying. Sprayed a little bit of this on the pins, went with this really soft brush to give it a clean, and one of the pins actually snapped straight away because there's that rust. I'll show you once the unit is out. If the pin was not used, it will be okay. The problem is, the pin is, if I'm not mistaken, this one there, this red pin in there. Okay, I'm gonna see what that does. 47, pin 47. I believe this is a ground. I know it's red, but I think it's a ground if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Let me have a look. Sorry guys, it's actually pin 45. I was looking the other way around. Indeed, it's red. Is a power supply. Comes from junction box, fuse number something, and it's supposed to be at 12 volts. Wow. DSC out, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, just to let you know that that's it for today. So I rang the guy, I told him roughly how much it will cost. I managed to find a module on eBay, same part number, for about £100. I told the guy roughly how much it's going to cost him. To me, it's going to cost me quite a lot because my hotel subscription ran out on the 15th of this month, October 2020. And obviously, to flash this module now, or the new module, I'm gonna need a subscription. So it's gonna cost me £1,000 just to get this car done. But it's what it is, guys. So, but I told them roughly how much it's gonna cost to him, obviously. But for today, that's it. I'm going to order the module, a second-hand module, and we'll go from there. As for today, all I'm going to do is put the rear of the car back together, put all the sensors back together, drop the car. The car at the moment is on those on those logs, so I'll drop everything, and that's it. And I think we'll carry on then when I'm ready to take this module. I'm not going to take the module now because it's going to drop oil everywhere and it's going to be here. I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to wait for the replacement before I touch this. But that's where we are. So yeah, it's a module replacement. Okay, and just a week later, I got the new unit. I haven't even opened the box, but I believe it's my unit. But before that, and taking the advantage of the good weather, even though it's Sunday today, I don't really like to do this stuff on Sundays, but what I'm doing is I'm rebuilding the plugs. So I've done already a few pins that have been rusted, they were corroded. I got some pins from BMW. If you want, where is the paper? Part number. This is the part number. Oh, sorry about that. This is the part number for the pins in the middle. I also got the big pins on the side, but they are not actually needed. I just got them in case, but they are actually good. I cleaned them, and they don't really need replacing those. But these middle ones, I'm replacing everything that has corrosion on it. So this one, for example, is just one that I've just done. As you can see, it's not rocket science. To pull these pins out, you just pull this tab out from this end of the plug. Then using one of these little tools, you have, for example, here at the top is the pin, is the hole for the pin. Underneath is the hole to unlock the pin. So you push this in, unlock the pin, and you pull it out. So it's really, really simple. I still have a few more to do, so I'm going to carry on replacing every pin that is obviously corroded, and then we're going to replace the pump. Okay, replacement unit just plugged in there, and oh, good stuff. Some lights are already gone. There's loads of faults from the other car, as you can see. So I'm gonna clear the codes and see just what comes back. But I can't see any codes here for the sensors, open circuit, etc. So we're gonna clear this and see what comes back. And the good weather didn't really last. So it looks like it's not today that I'm gonna put the new unit. I'm not gonna replace the unit. Anyway, we cleared the codes and the two codes come back. That one in there was already on the other unit, if you remember. Not really sure what that is. Not really sure if you're gonna look into that. Don't know what the owner wants to do. I don't know if he's gonna throw any lights on a dash. Most likely will. We don't know. But for now, we are working on the ABS. So as you can see, the only code that came back, and as expected, is about the wrong coding. So we need to get that sorted. And yeah, and then I don't know if we're going to look at that or not. We might need to go for a drive, do a good test. But for now, we need to sort this 480823 for the unit not encoded for the vehicle. Okay, and while it's daylight and weather kind of is helping again, we'll see for how long. I'm going to try to replace this unit. So to replace the unit, I'm not going to take you through the lot. I'm just going to tell you how it's done. So we need to take on this block, we need to take these 4 pipes, which then they go through the chassis and they come on the underside. Okay, and then here at the back for the rear wheels, you have these 2 unions here that we need to take, obviously one side, take it off. I'm going to have to reuse all the pipes, and then there is 2, I believe it's 2 bolts here. No, 3, sorry. 3 bolts. Let me show you. So there is 1 here, 2 here at the back that holds the bracket, which obviously holds the unit. So once you have the pipes disconnected, take these 3 bolts, drop the unit, and it will come out. The reason why I need to reuse all the pipes, obviously, is because on the scrapyard they are just being cut. So we're gonna have to take all these off, move everything to this unit, etc, etc. Not gonna really take you through, just gonna get the job done, and that's it really. Okay, old unit is out, as you can see, though that was the pin that was missing, the second pin, the one right there. So you can, I don't know how well the camera is capturing that. Okay, there you go. So that pin in there is missing. The new unit is already in place. I'm not gonna bleed the brakes today, but the unit is fitted, everything is tightened up, no problems at all. Yeah, just plug it in and we'll bleed the brakes another day. It's not gonna be today, but after the bleeding the brakes, that's about it really. Okay, all done. I just drove to this sort of back road where we are going to try the ABS, just make sure everything's working. Drove up to here, no faults, no problems at all. There is a little warning, I don't think you can see on the camera, there is a little triangle here with a warning. That's for the battery discharge. I was doing the bleeding without putting the battery on charge or the engine running, and obviously it just throws that code. As soon as the battery is fully charged and we restart the engine, that warning should go away. So we are here on this back road then, so I'm just going to show you that there is nothing coming up on the screen. We'll do a scan at the end of the video, but for now we're just going to try this. I'm going to put here in the corner the live data for the wheel speed. This is on the ABS module, so it's going to take off, and just to show you how the car behaves. Hopefully it will not be too much shaking on the camera. And now I'm going to drive a little bit on the side of the road, and I'm going to brake, make the ABS to act. I'm going to do that here. There we go. It worked perfect. No problems at all. It's going to drive a little bit more. I hope there's not a lot of glare, because I can't look at the camera at the moment. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to try the ESP. I would have to make the car to go sideways. We're not going to do it. But if the ABS works, no fault codes, there is no reason why the ESP wouldn't work. Oh, I'm not going to brake here. Oh dear. Ooh, this is bad. Never used to be like this. It's been raining over the last few days. I might try at the exit just a little bit. No. Still. Oh dear. Right. As soon as we get to the tarmac again, I'm going to put the wheel on the actually side of the road, and we're going to brake again. So let's gonna gain a little bit of speed. Way, I knew this would happen. Sorry about that. Right, now we're gonna change the live data. There is no faults obviously, but let's gonna change the live data to something else now. Okay, so this is now on the gearbox. If you guys remember, we had no readings, I believe it was on the last one. So let's gonna drive off, and look at that. So you must have seen this at the start of the video where there was no readings. As you can see, everything is working fine. I'm gonna do one last brake on the driver's side, because both times I did it on that side. So let's gonna now make this side to act up. So let's gonna go here on the side. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna drive back home, ring the guy to pick up the car, and at this point some of you are probably asking, but Lewis, what about the coding? You haven't shown us the coding. No, I know I didn't, because there is a separate video for that. So if you watch this video after, let's say, a week after being posted, go on the description below. It will be a link for the coding of the module. If you are just watching the video as I'm releasing it, you're gonna have to wait. Just stay tuned. Will be a video coming out for the coding of the unit. And that's it. In the end, a corroded plug, nothing wrong with the sensors. So obviously this other garage changed the sensors for nothing. So yeah, guys, with no further ado, hope there's something on this video you guys can find useful. If you guys do have any questions, any comments, put it below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like always, thanks for watching.